Niche quale se dire di prendere. A very good afternoon to one and all, and welcome to the national webinar Modern Talk, hashtag Modern Talk. And today's webinar topic is women empowerment in India, issues and challenges. The webinar will start soon. Today we have with us Dr. Nivedita Dwivedi, Assistant Professor, Entrepreneur and Innovation, Swarnim Startup and Innovation University, Gandhinagar, Gujrat. She will be joining. She will be joining in a while. Tomorrow we also have two webinars. So please join with us. Tomorrow we have Modern Talk Ask Abhay Kumar Pandey on sustainable agriculture for rural development and employment opportunity for youths. So please join the webinar tomorrow at 2 p.m. And also we have one more webinar tomorrow at 4 p.m. That is post-COVID changing paradigm in digital marketing and art of making content viral by very renowned, very famous Mr. Vinay Singhal, founder and CEO of Witifeed India. So stay connected for more interesting webinars. We have with us Dr. Nivedita Dwivedi, madam. Ma'am, am I audible to you? Your voice, your audio is mute.
Hello.
Yeah. Am I audible now, ma'am?
Hello.
Hello, madam. Namaste. I am Professor Arpita, Head Media. We also have with us Professor Neha Sharma, Head Admissions.
Good evening, ma'am. Good evening.
We also have Dr. Group Director, Modern Group. On behalf of Modern Group, I would like to welcome you, ma'am, to the webinar and very interesting webinar, Women Empowerment in India, Issues and Challenges. Right now, we have more than 62 participants with us. Before moving further, I would like to give a brief introduction about our organization. Modern Group of Institution is a leading group of premier institute in Indore, affiliated to RGPV Bhopal and DAVV Indore and CBSE New Delhi, and it is approved by AICT New Delhi, NCTE, and PCI New Delhi. Modern Group is imparting quality education in the field of pharmacy, management, commerce, and education. We offer more than 8 courses in these fields, which includes B Pharma, M Pharma, D Pharma, MBA, BBA, BCom, and B.Ed. Modern Group encompasses two leading pharmaceutical industries, Modern Lab and Nandini Medical Laboratories. Modern Laboratories was established in 1979 by late Sri P.C. Karyaji, and Nandini Medical Laboratories was established in 1998. Both gained prestigious acclamation in All India rating of pharma industries. We also have Modern International School established in 2013. We believe in innovation and entrepreneurship, and hence we introduced MP's first pharma incubation center, that is Modern Incubation Center, in the year 2019, sponsored by MSME Government of India. Recently, we have received World Book of Record UK and World Record Academy USA for making largest human image of medication capsule. And we are also recognizing participating institute of Unnat Bharat Abhiyan in association with IIT Delhi and MHRD Government of India. The institute also have Modern Innovation Council, which is an institute innovation cell by IIC MHRD Innovation Cell. On behalf of Modern Group of Institution, I would like to welcome you, ma'am. And now I would request Professor Neha Sharma Chaudhary to welcome, to welcome ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am. A very good evening, madam.
Good evening, ma'am.
It is a privilege to have Dr. Nivedita Dwivedi, ma'am, amongst us today for covering such a strong topic, that is the women empowerment. Women empowerment is the process for empowering women, and we are fortunate enough to have such a strong women amongst us and an expert guest speaker amongst us. I'm sure your rich experience and knowledge will enlighten us today. On behalf of entire Modern Group of Family, madam, I extend my heartfelt welcome to you, and I feel honored to welcome you, madam.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Good evening, all of you. Ma'am, I would like to share my screen. So please enable screen sharing. Good evening, all of you.
Ma'am, before moving further, sorry to interrupt you. I would like to give a brief introduction about yours. So please hold for a moment.
Okay, ma'am.
Dr. Nivedita Dwivedi, Assistant Professor, Entrepreneurship and Innovation, Swarnim Startup and Innovation University, Gandhinagar, Gujrat. Dr. Nivedita Dwivedi earned her doctoral in Extension and Communication Management from Chandrasekhar Azad University of Agriculture and Technology, Kanpur in 2012, and Masters in Social Sciences from Banaras Hindu University, Varanasi. Dr. Nivedita Dwivedi has awarded by University of Gold Medal for her academic performance graduation by Narendra Dev University of Agriculture and Technology, Ayodhya. She taught at Narendra Dev University of Agriculture and Technology, Ayodhya Regional, Institute of Cooperative and Management, and also worked as a consultant in Knowledge Consortium of Gujrat and a private consulting firm. Dr. Dwivedi published 2 books, Women in Agriculture Issues and Concern in 2012, and also Indian Villages, a Socio-Economic Study, 2013, with Lombard Academic Publishing, Germany. She has contributed research paper in various national and international journals, with International Journal of Social Entrepreneurship and Innovation, International Journal of Procurement Management, and International Journal of Globalization, and several other journals. Also, Dr. Dwivedi has contributed in 6 book chapters and several conference papers. Dr. Dwivedi has been invited by All India Radio as an expert to talk over on different themes of entrepreneurship and agriculture. On behalf of Modern Group of Institution, I feel honored to welcome you, ma'am. So now I would like to request you to start your introductory talk on the theme, that is women empowerment. Am I audible, ma'am?
Yeah, I would like to share my
Share the
screen,
screen.
ma'am.
Yeah.
That is disabled now.
Yeah, you can start your.
So our today's topic for discussion is women empowerment, its issues and challenges. So first of all, we should know what is women empowerment. So empowerment, we can say it is a capacity for a person, whether men or women, to be self-reliant and to take decisions on their own self. For taking decisions, they must not depend on anyone else. They can take their views or take or can discuss with themselves, but the decision should be on their own. So now, as we know that our society, our Indian society is not is there is a polygamy. It is male dominated, and the women of the condition of women in early India is good. At that time, the women are not depressed, not deprived class of the society. But with the reign of Mughals, there are so many we can say bad practices like parda system or all these. So the condition of women gradually deprived. They are not self-reliant. They don't take decisions. Are so many reformers, social reformers, do so many things. They launch the movement, and the condition of women improve. So nowadays we can say the woman is self-reliant to some extent, but not all the women are self-reliant. The quality of education, the percentage of education, and their participation in activities has increased, in daily life has increased, but now they are not as much as reliant as they are the 50%. Uh, they are the we can say they are the 50%, not the 50% part of the society. So there are so many malpractices in our society. So the women are not totally empowered. So today we are here to discuss about the empowerment of women. A woman is fully empowered when she is able to take decisions, control over material and non-material resources. She must have a positive attitude, promotes development, and all these things. So then we can say a woman is empowerment. We are saying that our society is developing, women is developing, but they are not developed. Today in this platform, we can say that this webinar is hosted by, organized by women. But if we see the society as a whole, the women are not empowered. So for we can say that entrepreneurship can be a part to empower a woman. So in this forum, I would like to discuss about some approaches of women empowerment. For example, if woman has political participation, she must be empowered. She can take decisions in political issues. This is not a issue that she must be a part of a political party. If we talk in for a family is a basic unit of our society. If woman is empowered in her family, then she must be empowered in the society. For this, she has the views, and she must put her views, what she knows, in her family and in her society. It is a fact that I had done so many research studies in which I found that women are not as much as free to express their political views in front of society. Uh, though the advanced families and educated families, they influence women and female members of their society to vote those parties which uh, uh, to whom they support. Similarly, asset base. If we my research study, I found that the properties or the assets are on the name of male members of the family. They are rarely, in some cases, in some interacting with while some respondents, I found that it is on the name of female family member. Similarly, for marketing, this is women can decide the household things, or we can say that related with kitchen. But when there is a major investment regarding a family, the decision is of male member of the family. They can take the views of the female, but they can't give priority to it. Similarly, the credit or the technology, all some factors like credit, technology, skill, education, health, nutrition, water, sanitation, all these factors, if there is a equal participation of women as much as of men, or if we are talking about a family, so if they have the equal participation, then our society will develop, because a family is a single unit of the society. If the society, if the family is empowered, if the woman is empowered, then the society will be empowered. So all these factors are the approaches to empower the woman. If these factors are contingent with the woman, then the woman can be empowered. So if woman has a feeling ki she can do it, so she must be empowered. If a woman having a feeling she can do anything, then the woman is empowered. If she is dependent on male counterparts of their family, then we can't say she is empowered. So now we are talking about women empowerment, and women entrepreneurship is the major contributor in women empowerment. So we can say we women empowerment is a activity or a factor which can empower women. So women empower entrepreneurs may be defined as the women or group of women who initiate, organize, or operate a business enterprise. Women entrepreneurs is those group of women who can initiate, organize, or operate a business enterprise. Then the uh, woman is said to be an entrepreneur. So for all these, the woman must be confident, and confidence comes when she is empowered. Then she must have creativity and innovation. Innovation is the developing of the new idea. So if the woman is if the woman having an innovative capability, or she has an innovation, so she must become a successful entrepreneur. Similarly, she creates an employment opportunities for others. And enterprise is said to be women and owned enterprise if it is controlled by and operated by, and decisions are taken by the women. Then that enterprise is said to be women owned enterprise. In my studies, I found that the on paper the name is of women, or the shareholders are women, but it is totally run by the male member of the family. This may be because of because of taking benefits from the government schemes. So it cannot be, we cannot in reality call it as a women enterprise, women owned enterprise, or women entrepreneurship. So earlier, the women entrepreneurs or the women owned businesses are related with, we can say, the related activities related with kitchen. So it is termed as 3 P's. That is pickle, powder, and papad. It is a saying that women can do the entrepreneurial activities based on the kitchen activities. But now, with the advancement and development of technology and education, women are entering in the other fields. So the three P's have converted to three E's. That is engineering, electronics, and energy. So, women are now taking part in all these three areas where they can also participate. For this, the education must be imparted among women entrepreneurs. If there is no education and no practical knowledge, then they will be confined to pickle, powder, and papad. And if they are really empowered, it could be to engineering, electronics, and energy with the education and awareness. Now the women are also going towards designing women entrepreneurs and other sectors of the other sectors of entrepreneurship also. Here are the some index scores about women entrepreneurship. In this, our country remains backward. Now I am showing here the top 5 countries with most favorable markets for women entrepreneurs. In this, the New Zealand is highest for where the market for women entrepreneurs are higher, and they are using the they are providing, or there is more chances of women entrepreneurship. Their second starts Sweden, then Canada, and then US. So all these countries are favorable for women entrepreneurs because there is a good market for them. Now we will come to qualities of women entrepreneurs. During my research studies, I found that women are much better entrepreneur in comparison to men, because they are hardworking, they have patience, they are optimistic, they are intelligent, they have the motivating capability. It means that they can be motivated, and they are having leadership quality also. They are innovative. Innovation means developing new ideas. These ideas can be innovation is the developing of new ideas. So women, from their daily activities or the routine work what they do, they can develop new ideas also. So they have innovativeness in comparison to male entrepreneurs. Now I am sharing some sectors where a woman can do or can develop an enterprise. For this, it is not needed that she must be highly educated, or she must have a good education or highly educated. A normal rural woman or a housewife can also become a successful entrepreneur. From whatever resources they have, they can organize it, and using their innovativeness and capability, they can start an enterprise. Here, normal rural woman can be do a vegetable production and sell it depending upon her resources. Then here is a nowadays we are moving towards those products which do not cause pollution to our environment. Here is example of banana fiber. Women are establishing enterprise, and they are giving employment to other people. So they women can be a employment provider also. These are the handicrafts which are produced by women, and they are created by women, owned by women, and operated by women. Here, as I said earlier, that pickle, papad, the three P's from kitchen. So, and this is the example of mushroom cultivation. So it can be done in small area where women can generate income. So why we can say women entrepreneurs are important to our society? So in modern days, women is playing an important role in business, in trade, or in industry, and they are doing well because they, in comparison to their male counterparts, because they are the responsible, and we can say that their upbringing is in such a manner that they have to bear a responsibility of their family, hard work, and and they have the intelligence to manage all the household works along with their other responsibilities. So women entrepreneurs are more important in comparison to their male counterparts. What influences women entrepreneurs? Though, as in previous slides I discussed that they are better than their male counterparts, but there are certain factors which influences women in doing their business. That is family's culture and tradition. Sometimes women are uh, forced to not to go outside. If while choosing a business they have to decide what they can do within a confined area or confined limit. In a while conducting a research study on women entrepreneurs, I selected some sample of women entrepreneurs who are owner of beauty parlor. So they face the problem that sometimes their family don't allow them to go outside, or they have the responsibilities of their children and other family members who are dependent on them for their daily activities. So they choose that business which can be done from their house. So they can manage their household work also and their enterprise also. So the family's culture and traditions sometimes also affect women entrepreneurs and selecting their enterprise, what type of enterprise they will like to do. Then the second is geographical factors and social factors. Geographical factors means what is the climatic or geographical condition of that area. So, if they have decided to run an enterprise and the materials, or if it is a production industry or service industry, the materials are not available in nearby areas. So either they had to depend on some male counterpart who will bring the material from the far off areas, and then they can run their either production industry or service industry. And if they willing to go, then the social factors or the society will create a barrier to go outside. So this is a factor which influences women entrepreneurs. Then the second is the caste system. This mainly avails in rural areas, or in we can say small cities, where sometimes the entrepreneurial activity is related to or dependent on the caste of the family. So if the woman belongs to a higher caste, then she has to maintain her family's status in the society. And if the woman belongs to a lower caste, then also she will not get as much as respect as a higher class woman get in some enterprises. Then government aids and policies also affects the women entrepreneurs. Sometimes family members are convinced to start an enterprise because government is supporting the women for doing that enterprise or that entrepreneurial activity. So this is and the next is inherent capabilities and efficiency. As earlier it is said that the profession is inherited from one generation to another. So if the family is entrepreneurial, if there is enterprise in the family, then they can support the woman. But if there is no entrepreneur in the family, then she faces barrier in convincing the family members or their parents that how they can support the how they can start their enterprise. So all these factors influences women entrepreneurs while carrying out their entrepreneurial activity. There are some factors which pushes or which create such an environment that the woman must do the entrepreneurial activity. For example, lack of source of income. If family faces any problem or any incidents happen that the source of income reduces or it is not fulfilled, then then the woman thinks about doing something which can add to family's income. Then next is bad health or death of breadwinner. Person who is the main income source, who earns the main income of the family, if he faces some serious health problem or any incidents which causes his or her death, then the woman who is next to him or her thinks about the some entrepreneurial activity to earn the income for the family. Then the next is permanent in education the income of the family. If family is large or something happens that the permanent income of the family deprived, then some woman who is next to the owner of the family or income gainer of the family, then she decides to do something like that which can earn income for the family. If there is next is sudden fall in family income. If there is some condition or situation or incidents which causes fall in the income of the family decreases, then the woman thinks about the doing something activity, entrepreneurial activity which adds income to the family. Crisis and adversities are also some causes which makes a woman an entrepreneur. So these factors are push factors which makes a woman entrepreneur. Maybe after this or coming in this activity, woman develops, or because she will find the opportunities, and already discussed, they are more hardworking and innovative in comparison to their male counterparts, while some entrepreneurs remain in the same condition or at the same status what they are doing. So these are the push factors, and then now we will discuss the pull factors. Earlier we have discussed the factors which created or which pushed the woman to become an entrepreneur. There are some factors which attracts the woman to be an entrepreneur. These are needs and perception. Sometimes this factor mainly occurs at young age, we can say, because the woman or the girl observes the liberation and equity of other successful women entrepreneurs or personalities or their role models, and they think about entrepreneurial activity. Then some women have a feeling of getting recognition and importance in the society. Some social status there must be, so they try to become an entrepreneur. Sometimes women thought of economic independence, that if she is economically independent, then she get status in the society, in her family, and she will be a decision maker or a part of decision making in the family. Then some women thought that they have leisure time and they are educated, so they can use their education in free time for earning some income. uh, Sometimes women evaluate their talent. If for example some handicraft or some for example parlor or mehndi, so the women evaluate their talent whether they are successful or not. So all these factors are pull factors. I am taking innovation and entrepreneurship courses in my university, and there are students of health sciences, engineering, science, design. So it is a practical based course. Some we give project to students for and related to entrepreneurial activity, and they have to organize a fair or such type of things. And in this we observe that students also evaluate their talent. If some a girl having good can do a good painting or mehndi, she can put good mehndi designs, so they use their talent to earn income. She is a student of engineering or she is a student of health science, physiotherapy, but she uh, uses her talent to get the income. So sometimes women evaluate their talent whether it can be an entrepreneurial activity or not. So this can be a factor. Government also supports women for entrepreneurship. So these are the some activity, some schemes of government which supports women entrepreneurs, like Mudra Yojana, Stand Up India, Startup India, Atmanirbhar Bharat, self-help group and based enterprises, and community enterprises. All these schemes or programs of government support women entrepreneurs under this, to promote women entrepreneurship and to empower the women. There are I have given some suggestions to improve women entrepreneurship. So the first is inculcate entrepreneurial thinking through education at all levels. Women must be there must be a development, or we can say enhancement of entrepreneurial thinking. Like in my Swarnim Startup and Innovation University, the students of any discipline, it is design, engineering, science, health science, they have to study entrepreneurship courses in all semesters. So there is a development of thinking how they can use their discipline for entrepreneurship instead of searching for jobs. If there is a student of physiotherapy, so instead of searching for job, he or she can develop his or her own clinic with some innovation, so they can compete in the market and develop their better entrepreneurial activity. Next is promote entrepreneurial self-efficacy. In students develop skill building training courses, not depending only on their traditional courses. They can go for internships, or in summer breaks they can join some doctor for their skill development. So if they in future they develop their own clinic or hospital, they can use all these skills in building their activity. Some policy interventions are financial incentives to women-led startups. There must be some financial incentives for students fellowships for women entrepreneurs, and the virtual incubation centers. Now we are doing the webinar. Similarly, there must be virtual incubation support for women entrepreneurs. Then training and hand holding support for women entrepreneurs, which includes technical as well as legal support for women entrepreneurs. Then database for women entrepreneurs for the formal sector. For formal sector, there must be a database so we can know about the status of women entrepreneurship in our country and in our society. This is all over from my side. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am. That was really very informative. And the way you explained the push and pull entrepreneurship in women, among the women, that was really appreciated and very amazing. Uh, Now we will, with your due permission, we will move forward for the question answer session.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So, see, we have right now 105 participants with us, and all are very happy with your session and the information that you provided. That all were enlightened with that themselves with the information, and they have asked many questions. So, I will ask some of the questions from the participants also. So first, I would like to ask, as you said, Atmanirbhar Bharat. So there is a question from Dr. Vishal Purohit that what is the scope in Atma Bharat Yojana for women entrepreneurs?
There is a package for women entrepreneurs as well as physical disadvantaged group. So for this we have to study the detailed package. I had only told the name, and there is a package for women and disadvantaged class, how they can take the benefit of this scheme. So for this we have to detail study that program.
Okay, fine. Thank you so much, ma'am. Next, the question which is asked by Abur Rahman Chaudhary, that what are the different marketing channels available for rural women entrepreneurs?
For rural entrepreneurs, there is a direct, they can sell their product direct into the village market if they have the perishable products like fruits, vegetables, whatever. If there is a they are related to handicraft, they will have to develop or search their own channels. I had conducted a research study on women entrepreneurs through self-help groups. So some self-help groups are also promoting women entrepreneurs. So they develop a channel, for example, for a handicraft industry. Women are preparing the products in their houses or at a place decided in a village, and they form a group and divided their responsibility. So some people have to go to market for the product, and they can sell it directly in the market or contact with some handicraft centers where they can sell their products. So some organizations or like self-help groups or NGOs are also supporting to women entrepreneurs based in rural areas. Similarly, they can also do some dairy activities. So they have one or two, for lower income group, they have one or two animals at their house. A single two or more person collect all the products and they can give it to big dairies, or they can go to cities for selling their products. So in they have to channelize their product or their market, and it will be better if they form groups and they work in group, then it will support them.
Okay. Yeah, that was really, sequential and very clear, organized way to do the marketing, rural marketing.
It was my practical experience, ma'am. In
Yeah,
a research
indeed, indeed,
study I done it, so it was my practical experience that is
indeed.
much fruitful.
Yeah. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your answer. Now, my next question is, what do you mean by, in your view, what is woman women entrepreneurship? Is it gender equality or more than that?
It is actually women empowerment, not only equality. In my view, women entrepreneurship is women empowerment. If women is uh, empowered, then there must be equality.
Yeah, that is very true. My next question is how India can raise the strength of women using rural and laws, self-empowered women or any other.
How India can
How India can raise
empower
the
women.
strength? Am I audible?
Yeah.
Yeah. How India can raise the strength of women using rural and laws, self-empowering women or any other way.
Through women entrepreneurship, we can empower women, and if women is empowered, then we can strengthen our country, we can empower our country. And for entrepreneurship, we must know the legal aspects also, how enterprise establishes, how it works, if it grows, its investment grows, how it can be changed into a company, or what are the forms of company, what are the legal responsibilities that must be fulfilled after knowing all these factors.
Okay. Fine. That is wonderful, ma'am. The next question came from a participant, Dr. Nayan Prakash Gandhi, that what are the current state scheme of women empowerment of Gujarat state or compared to other states? Is it more powerful or, you know, uh, state-wise if we see women empowerment then?
So it would be a different topic that we have to compare the schemes of all the states all over India. But now we don't, I think, in my view, we don't talk about a particular state. We are Indian and we must talk about entire country. So the entire women of entire country must be empowered, and the state governments, according to their suitability or their population, they launch the scheme in compliance with the central government. So we can't say that the Gujarat state scheme is better or MP's scheme is better. What the government do is better, but we have to follow it and we have to do it. So I can't say that the Gujarat's scheme is better or whatever.
I just want to update you that right now we have 106 participants with us, those who are listening throughout the session. So, and the chat box is full of compliments that it was a wonderful, informative session, and the PowerPoint that you have shared with us, that was very informative and very to the point. My next question is, what are the current, as you said that, the state-wise we will not go, but what are the current government scheme or programs which is available to empower the women in India? Can you share
So
two or three uh, schemes
So
with?
I told recently announced Atmanirbhar Bharat.
Yes,
It has a privilege for women and disadvantaged class. Then Mudra Yojana, then Stand Up Yojana. All these schemes have specially for women empowerment, or we can say women entrepreneurs. So we can go through it and we can say what are the benefits of using or taking benefit from these schemes.
fine. So that was really, as earlier mentioned, there are many schemes in India which is available to develop the women and empower the women. But it is about the awareness and the lack of knowledge which we have, which most of the rural area have. So that is the need of the hour, that we should spread the awareness more and more so that women will get empowered. My next question is, what strategy you would suggest to overcome from challenges and issues faced by a woman? As you have already mentioned some of the points, but if we focus specifically on like a family and other factors, then what are the challenges?
as I already told, that there are some social challenges. Women are confined to their boundaries. If a girl want to do some activity, then she has to convince her family members, her parents. If she is married, then her in-laws, her husband. If she convince, then if she or she is a child, then she has a responsibility of her child. So all these challenges, then as I discussed, societal challenges are also there. If we are talking about rural areas, then there is a movement, the movement of women there is restricted. So we all these challenges, then there are some technological aspects also, especially in rural India. There are so many techniques and technologies for reducing the drudgery of women who are involved in agriculture, but women are unaware about it. Though the state agriculture universities have set up their kvks, that is krishi vigyan kendra, and their work is extension of these technologies from research center or universities to the beneficiaries, and they are still working. But as our population is too much, so every rural people or every rural woman is not benefited from this. So this is we can say this is a technical barriers, and similarly all we can say there are so many barriers which affects women entrepreneurs.
Yeah, that is true. Barriers are there, but we have to overcome all the barriers and
We
we have
have
to
to
move
overcome
forward.
this.
Yes. One question that very interesting question asked by Anil Kumar Gangoni from one of the participants, that if the women is not educated, then how can we empower the women without education?
We can empower her through trainings, awareness, or giving her a practical knowledge. So or a skill based training, so she can do her entrepreneurial activity and she can become entrepreneur. Education is required, but for being an entrepreneur there is no need of degree that she must be engineering degree or so. If she has a skill, she has a knowledge, practical knowledge, she can become an entrepreneur. So there is no need of any degree for an entrepreneur.
Yeah, that is very true, ma'am. Uh, my last question is, what are the tips you want to share with the women present here to make them more empowered? As all the host and the professors are there, as they all are women, here we can see the women, empowered women. But what are the tips you want to share with us?
Use your knowledge, skill, ability, and manage. As I already told that women are hard working than their male counterpart. They are much innovative than their male counterpart. So bearing the responsibility of your family and society, do your professional work in whatever you are involved. Either it is teaching, administration, entrepreneurial activity, and bear your all responsibilities, so we can set an example for our male counterparts.
Yeah, that is true. uh, So it was a wonderful and amazing interactive session with you, ma'am. You enlighten us very nicely, and the information that you have shared, that is really very inspiring. And those who are not even the entrepreneur, they will start, planning to become an entrepreneur after your presentation. Uh,
At any stage of life we can become an entrepreneur. There is no age limit or age barrier or degree barrier. As I already mentioned, there is no requirement of any particular type of degree for being an entrepreneur.
Very nice. Yes, that is very true, ma'am. So, with I don't want to end the session right now because I want to listen more from your side. So, but we are short of time, so I would like to wind up the session. And now I would like to request. Right now we have five participants with us, and those who are listening to us. And you can also see the chat box, and even have approximately 20 questions in our question answer box. And we also have some question in our chat box too. So if you are willing to answer those questions, I will share it on your email. You can answer. So now I would like to request Professor Neha Sharma Chaudhary to propose word of thanks to Dwivedi madam.
Thank you so much, madam. A very good evening, madam. I will start with a very renowned line, that is Yatra Naryastu Pujyante Ramante Tatra Devta. Now, it is my privilege to propose a vote of thanks to Dr. Nivedita Dwivedi, madam, for sharing challenges, issues, and opportunity of women empowerment. That was really so informative, ma'am. And the way you shared your knowledge and information with us was really so impactful. I mean, empowerment can be, defined in many ways. But I must say the presentation which you have shared with us today was simply super, madam. So thanks for being with us once again. Thank you so much. I also thank our chairman, Shri Anil Kharia sir, our vice chairman, Shri Shantanu Kharia sir, and our group director, Dr. Puneet Kumar Dwivedi sir, for their encouragement and for their support for this wonderful platform. I also thank all the participants and attendees for coming here and marking their presence and making this webinar series a success one. Keep connected with us in future also. Once again, I thank you to all of you on the behalf of entire Modern family. Thank you so much, madam.
Now I would like to once again thank all the participants and
Yeah. Am I audible now? Yeah. So once again, I would like to thank you, ma'am. We will plan more subject-specific webinars in near future also with you, so that more women can get benefited out of it. I would like to thank all the participants, those who are here with us. You will receive the feedback link once the host will finish the webinar. Also, those who are not able to receive the certificate, you have to keep patience. You will receive the certificate within 7 working days, and if it is taking more time, you will definitely get the certificates. So don't worry for that. You will get the certificate within 7 working days, and the feedback link you will get after the session the host will end the session. And next, I would like to request all the attendees that if you are, please check your inbox as well as your spam box or your promotion box for the certificates. Uh, uh, the 17th of June we have already dispatched, and the rest of the certificate you will get within next 2 days. So once again, thank you so much, ma'am, Nivedita ma'am. It was wonderful. It was pleasure to meeting, and the session was awesome. Thank you so much once again.